Ooh, we are live. Well, to anyone, since no one's here yet, because I'm but a humble YouTuber, for anyone watching this, thanks for clicking on the video in terms of rewatching it. Hopefully we get some people on here soon and make it do what it do. This video is not sponsored by Rockstar, but I wish it was. That'd be sick. Sam Mees, yo. Ishan, what's up, Ishan? Structured Fitness, what's up? Blue Collar, ayo. Dude, why is it blowing out my face? Welcome everyone, by the way, to this random Q&A. It's Saturday. My wife left to a Zac Brown concert in the Columbia Gorge for a little girls thing with her sister. I'm here, kicking it, about to go do some Uber driving. Thought I would see who was up, just kick it with some people for a while before I go. So to everyone saying hi, a big sincere hi back. F Society, Monkey House, what's your current serum total T? I think my last total T for testosterone was like 700. F Society says, hey, what's up? Sadia Satar, hi brother, how's it going? Timothy Purdy, what up? What's up, Tim? Mad Spirit, how's the HCG going, bro? So I posted a video relatively recently about the HCG. It's not currently going at the moment, fellas. Too scared to do that. Feel free to check out that video. I've got some headspace to get around when it comes to injecting myself. You look more alive than 4 weeks ago. I feel more alive than 4 weeks ago. I really do feel more alive than 4 weeks ago. For anyone that might not know this, I quit working for my dad 3 weeks ago. August 3rd was my last day, and I'm fully independent now. I make YouTube videos and for my two channels, this one and the Paul Thomas MD channel, and then I drive Uber on the side. About last week was like 20 hours. I think that's what I'm gonna have to drive Uber until this becomes something that's a little more financially viable, but we're getting there. Man, there's so many comments. Okay, listen, by the way, and I'm not trying to cash grab you guys, I swear, but there is a super chat function if you don't want to wait for your question to get answered, or you're trying to support the channel or donate. I wouldn't be mad at you, but otherwise I'll do the best I can. Hulk Smash says, you still on TRT? Yeah, bro, I'm still on TRT. Sadia Satai, pray for your good health always. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ishan Badia, you didn't upload your fertility test reports. I think I commented on that in some like over drawn out long ass video that I did, but I have no fertility. Guys, I'm swimming. No, I have no live swimmers. I'm shooting blanks because of testosterone replacement therapy, which I'm not like inherently mad about or anything like that, but it's a real thing until I start HCG or something like that. Bella nailed it. Hi Noah, what's up Bella? Benedict Webb, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm really adjusting to this new life where I have to wake up and make my own schedule and try to be productive. But I'm sure some of you might have noticed, even though I've been losing a handful of subscribers just because we've been doing some things different, I'm trying to upload more regularly. The camera's shaking, by the way, because I'm trying to scroll through the comments. Nightly Breeze. Come on. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Kurt Greco, hey, how are things going with you and drinking? I'm clean for 7 years. I hope you're well. I'm a fan. Congrats on your 7 years, Kurt. They're going okay. I'm doing my best to stay in control, which can be elusive, but seems to be going okay so far, just not to overdo it. Is that Uber worth it? From Nosaj Baz. You know, so I've been driving for Uber. Well, I signed up for Uber when YouTube crashed about, God, when did it crash? April? That's when this channel financially really started suffering. I was never making like a ton of money on this channel by any means at all. But I was making enough between this channel and my other channel that we're doing pretty well, you know? And so when I stopped making money, I started driving for Uber a little bit, but I still was working for my dad, so I was not feeling like I needed to take it too serious. And then I just decided I wanted to get uncomfortable. I decided I wanted to be more independent, kind of officially leave the nest of the comfort zone of working for my dad. And yeah, anyway, I'm babbling, but I think Uber's been worth it. I'm starting to get better at it. Where are we? Where are we? Dude, I wish you guys could see. I don't know. I'm not sure how this viewing experience is for you guys, but for me, it's like I have whomever's next, right? Let's say I get to whoever just asked me a question, and then I leave my finger from the screen, and the shit just disappears, and I get pushed to the brand newest comment, and I'm not, by any stretch of the imagination, popular enough on here to just try to ignore anyone's comments. I'm trying to go spot for spot, but let's see, where are we? Ethan Vance, your videos made things click for me. That's dope. I'm really glad to know that. Sam East, Big No-No, any idea why when I started TRT dude, this is shaking like crazy, huh? When I started TRT 1 year ago, 50 milligrams a week of Testogel, my level went from 2.9 to 30. 6 months later, it's 15, then 11. You know, your body might be adjusting, so I think you're basically saying that you've been taking the same amount, but now your total testosterone is less, and it sounds like your body's adjusting, and you might need more. I'm not sure. You should consult your physician. I have had a completely different experience, so for those of you who might not know, I'm in my underwear right now, and I am on testosterone replacement therapy. I've been on it for a long time. I'm not kidding about my underwear, by the way. It's my house. It's my house. I'm comfortable. But yeah, the longer I've been on it, the less I've needed. So when I first started, I was like on 200 milligrams a week, injecting testosterone 200 milligrams a week per my doctor for my low T. Now I'm on 120, and my numbers are the exact same. So anyway, Lukey lives. Hey, from Australia. God, I want to go there. What's up, Lukey? Mental health issues. Hi, Noah. Hey. Ian Anderson. Howdy from Northern Ireland, bro. Northern Ireland. So I have a friend named Mark, who I swear I want to get on the channel because he's just such an interesting dude. He's from Cork, the Cork County, excuse me, in Southern Ireland, I believe. I can't wait to go. Elijah Cummings, first question, how do you get rid of the fear after beating depression? I'm terrified to go back. Okay, so that is like a common fear. Elijah's asking what you do after you've been depressed and you recover, or you're in remission, or you're doing better, but you just live with that constant fear of it coming back. And you know what? I think I've said this before, but it bears repeating. You get used to being depressed when you are depressed. You just do. And once you've started to overcome that depression, you don't trust it. But the longer you remain stable, the more you continue to control the things you can, and we all control certain things better than other things, I feel like you start to trust your stability. And I would continue to build your life around staying stable and being structured and busy. So let's go back and try to find the next. By the way, thank you everyone who's here. 71 people are kicking it with me on a random Saturday afternoon. I don't deserve you. I'm grateful. This genuinely brings me peace, and it's cathartic, and it's fun. Okay, where are we? By the way, like I keep saying, because I'm trying to make a living, but you guys can super chat, donate to the channel, super kind of you, and then I'll always prioritize those just because I'm trying to treat this like a business as much as it is a passion project. Please don't take that the wrong way, because everyone matters. Let's see. No, sorry guys, I'm trying to find the most recent question. There we go. Ian Anderson, how do you okay. Kurt Greco, are you working out? All the time. Kurt, I'm always working out. I work out 5 to 6 days a week. I am part of Cult CrossFit. So, yeah, that's my preferred method of training. I just worked out this morning. Check out my most recent video, I think, or second most recent video. But I put something called Solo Therapy up on my channel. You should check it out. I live in there. It's where I feel the best. Monkey Horse, what's your training frequency in terms of muscle groups? I don't train muscle groups anymore. I used to do bodybuilding. Shout out to bodybuilding. I still love a lot of the methodology and the discipline involved. But for me, I just transitioned to something called CrossFit. I bet most people know what that is. But it's just a training methodology that has you just do a bunch of different things. So we essentially constantly throwing in new variables and trying to never do the same thing twice, essentially. So we might power lift one start of workout, and then we could have box jumps, box jumps, running, and pull-ups, and it just varies. I'm rambling. Monkey Horse, what's your training for? Okay, your last victory. Ever considered doing a podcast? Yeah, you know what? I'm considering a lot of things now that I'm trying to treat my YouTube businesses, I guess you could say, as strange as that sounds. As more as I try to treat this with more respect and care, this channel and my other channel, I've been considering other revenue streams, other ways to connect with you guys, other ways to take this whole thing to the next level. If there was a demand for a podcast, which sounds kind of silly because I just don't have that big of a channel on this one, then I imagine I'd do it. Kyle Bogan, it's probably not Bogan. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Oh no, Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that shit was blowing out my face. Do you see the veins right here, guys? Probably not why you tuned in to hear me say that, but... Kobe Malamud, Noah, that video you have about shaving and being able to change is fucking awesome. Shaving and being able to change. Ah, yeah, thank you. I know what you're talking about. Super creative, more videos like that are the best. Thank you for the feedback. Kurt Greco, why would a man's T be low? There's a lot of reasons that a man's T might be low. I made a video with Dr. Erica Zelfan, and that video went over the 3 types of hypogonadism. Essentially 3 reasons that a guy can end up with low testosterone like I did. I don't remember all of them, but there's primary, secondary, and tertiary. I know one of them is like blunt trauma. So let's say if a dude has some sort of issue, let's say he had testicular cancer, shout out to beating cancer. If a dude had testicular cancer or he hurt his balls, then, ooh, we got some super chatters. Hey, that's so funny. So John Sunders donated $2 to the channel. Thank you, John. These are the first 2 super chats I've ever gotten. And then my dad, and this is my other channel, so it's like I'm paying myself, which is funny. My dad, Paul Thomas MD, shout out to you, Dad. I know you're watching, and you just donated $10, so that's really cool. The super chat thing just allows me to see who has financially decided to support, and then I can rush to their questions. So that's crazy. So thank you so much, John. And hopefully, John, you have a question for me because you gave me your money, which is amazing. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so there are different reasons. Another one, like for hypogonadism, reason for being on TRT is perhaps you have an issue with your hypothalamus, which usually sends a signal to your pituitary, which can send signals. Somewhere in the chain, things get messed up. For me, it wasn't my testicles so much as it was somewhere between my hypothalamus. I think I have secondary. Oh, God. I'm losing track of questions. Would it piss you guys off if I just chose a question? I bet this would piss you off, but I'm learning, so give me feedback. Ooh, Martin! Shit. Hey. Okay, John Sunders. I'm sorry, John. Martin Niedich? He just donated $5 to the channel. Thank you, Martin. I can't tell you what that means to me. John, I see you, bud. I'm going to get your question right now, and I'll look for yours, Martin. You should be able to always type your question with your super chat donation, which is crazy, so thank you. That's like the 15th time I type the same question. I'm trying to get you to answer. Please, what you advise, test pellets or injections? So John Sunders, who did a super chat, thank you, John. He would like to know what I advise between test pellets and injections. So I believe with test pellets, you can literally just do like, what, every 3 months, 4 months, every quarter, you can put something in versus injections. I don't like this sort of long-term commitment. So I chose, there are a couple different options. I know you can do the pellets for testosterone replacement therapy. You can do gels, and you can do injections. I choose to do injections. I feel like it's the best thing for me because it's once a week. I feel like I can be a little more on top of my steady state, so I can know what I'm at. I can just get, fuck, you know what? I don't know, man. Everyone's got to decide for themselves, but there's pros and cons to each. The topical thing ends up being an issue if you don't want to have to touch anyone after you do your treatment. The once a week thing, I just like the idea of there just being a little bit in me every week, and I can just continue to redo it. And the pellets, I mean, consult your physician, weigh the pros and cons, and do whatever you think is best for you. I'm not an expert by any means, so I couldn't give you any. Love you, Big Nona. Love you too, Dad. Couldn't give you any specific advice. If that makes sense. Ooh, that made me fluster, guys. Getting a super chat flustered the shit out of me. So now here I am trying to make sure that Martin didn't ask me a question. No problem, John. Martin, if you did ask me a question, just ask me another one. Look, what I'm going to try to do here, guys, because I'm getting way too flustered and I want to be more effective, and if this is pissing people off, let me know, is I'm going to read a question and then work my way back, but I'm not going to try to scroll way, way, way back, so I apologize if that offends you or bothers you. I'm trying to do this the best I can. Neil H., you're pissing me off? Yeah, I'm pissing myself off, dog. All right, Neil, if you're being... So less of the try, I want to hear about the ARC. Oh, you're fucking with me. Hello from Kazakhstan from Adam Mustafa. The easy one, what are your thoughts on carbs and paleo? You know, I'm in a space right now where I'm trying to stay away from empty carbs. So I imagine like any eating choice, any lifestyle choice or diet, if you will, just about whatever works best for you. I tend to like carbs right before, maybe some white rice or something right before I work out, and some carbs right after, but I'm trying to limit unnecessary simple carbs, certainly limit processed carbs if I can help it, because it just blows me up. Steamboat says, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Thanks for the channel. Help me taper off benzos. That's awesome. John Sunders asks, how often do you do labs? My doc has me doing it every 3 months. Every 3 months I do total free, and we check a bunch of other stuff too. Don't be triggered, blue collar. Ishan by TSO, you can't have kids. Yeah, as of right now, guys, I can't have kids. However, on the same note, honey, if you're watching, my wife, that it's getting hot in here. It feels hot. It also means that I don't exactly have to use protection. But I'm married, so I'm just saying. Jeff K just donated $1 to the channel. Jeff, sincerely, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. You guys probably could never imagine how much that means to me. Johnny Doe, hey Noah, how did you overcome derealization? So overcoming derealization, as shitty as it sounds for me, so derealization, by the way, for those that don't know, is this feeling that you're in a dreamlike state. Other people will experience it differently, but for me, I experienced it like I was looking through life through a sheet of glass. Like you're in a movie. You feel detached from your own body sometimes. Really scary stuff. Really scary stuff. And for me, it mostly came about how to stay calm as often as possible, stay in familiar settings or familiar places, smaller spaces. That really helped. Putting on sunglasses when I went outside or when I went into busy areas, and then making sure that my coping resources were really, really high in order to balance out the hopelessness. Unfortunately, the last thing I'll say about this is time takes time. Time takes time. So just be brave, put a support network together, and don't lose hope. Your brain can heal. You just have to give it a chance to. Pro gamer, to shave my hairy balls or not? That's the question. That is quite the conundrum that many of us deal with, men, that is, whether or not to manscape down there. I'm going to go with yes. I think it increases sensitivity. Inappropriate. Inappropriate. Whoa, Drew Archer just donated $5 to the channel. Drew, thank you. Thank you so much. I really, I will shout everyone out who, no matter what, but thank you, Drew. Okay. Hey, dude, you helped me so much with anxiety and depersonalization. Just knowing I'm not alone has helped a ton. Thanks for caring. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. And I just hope everybody knows, and this is not lip service. I'm a little jacked up on my Rockstar. I should probably drink more or eat some food. Hope everybody knows that, you know, I make these YouTube videos and I have the opportunity to connect with so many people, in my opinion, so many people. And it's amazing. And the fact that the idea that sharing my experience, my story can be of any service or any comfort to anyone is awesome. But I just hope everybody knows that I have no doubt that I get more out of this than you guys could ever possibly get out of me. Having a chance to get to know you, learn from you, even be criticized by you, but oftentimes I learn a lot from the criticism and from the support. It's amazing. And I don't take it for granted. Thank you for that kind word right there. Let me just check the... Okay, cool. Woo! Man, doing these live streams, they really jack you up. Like, I was so tired and calm before I decided to do this, and I'm like freaking out, man. Okay. Heather McLean, you are an inspiration too. It's comforting to know that I'm not the only one that understands. Yeah, I think there's something incredible just about knowing that other people are fucked up too. Other people are messed up too. When I was really bad off, even though this was ignorant, I thought I was like the only person that was fucked up. I just thought, like, I'd never experienced depression. I'd never experienced anxiety. I'd never experienced the horror of wanting to kill yourself. I was suicidal for like 2 years. And I just assumed that my brain was broken, that I was experiencing something that no one had ever experienced because I had never experienced it, right? And it made me that much more hopeless. And I think if there's one universal truth is that especially when you're young and or experiencing something for the first time, knowing you're not crazy, knowing that there are other people going through it too, it can save your life. This shit can just save your life. Why do Americans hate Trump so much? Neil H. I'm not going political. I'll never go political on this channel. Maybe I have a little bit in the past. But I stay neutral. I'm here for other reasons on this platform. So you direct, religious, political, that stuff. I don't want to draw lines in the sand with anyone. I want us to, I don't know, connect as much as we can. Larry Robbins, where do I donate? So Larry, for anyone that wants to or can or doesn't feel offended that I bring it up, there's a super chat function. There should be like a little money symbol, and if you hit that, Larry, you can choose to support the channel and donate whatever amount you felt like you could, and then it allows me to highlight your question. So when you donate, it puts your question first. It just makes it something I will instantly go for because you're using your hard money to support the channel, and I'm a professional. It sounds so dumb, but I do this full time, this and drive Uber. Hopefully I don't have to drive Uber too much longer. Anyway, I'm sorry, Larry. I don't know, maybe it's not on your service, but don't worry about it. Thank you for being here. Shoot me a question. I'm going to try to grab it. Neil Dixon, you sounding like my kid with ADHD at the moment, bro. You are jacked. Oh, thanks, man. I don't know if you mean I'm jacked on caffeine or jacked in general. Oh, it's a little bit of both. Douchebag points through the roof right there. What's crazy about this is questions are just flying through, so you get really amped up by it. Like the shit just, I can't possibly get to everyone, which is a crazy thing to say because I'm still little. Anyway, Lonzo, I'm not going to try your last name, my friend. How's your testosterone replacement therapy going? Testosterone therapy is neutral. It's been 120 milligrams a week, intramuscular. I always end up doing it in my left thigh. Do you guys like that? Do you like how mobile I am? I almost cramped. Outer left quadrant of my left thigh. Oh man, live streams make you weird. I feel it. I'm being weird. Milk Me TV, what up, playa? What's up, playa? Kyle Bogan. No, I'm stuck. I had issues with tests and always had issues with it until I had surgery and had to have most of my penis and both balls removed now. It's just flat like a doll down there. Advice? Oh, man. I don't have advice other than, if you're being serious, you're not trolling me, other than I'm sorry. Find support. Consult your doctors. Explore every possible avenue. Support groups are huge. I don't know, stay brave. And if you're being serious, I've never heard of something like that and it sounds horrible. Adam Mustafa, you watching the fight next Saturday? Who wins, in your opinion, Mayweather or the notorious Conor McGregor? So Conor McGregor is a mixed martial artist for the UFC, 2-division title holder. Floyd Mayweather has the most sterling record in boxing history. The dude's never lost. I think he's 49-0. A pro boxer should, 99.9% of times out of 10, in my opinion, not percent, but 99 times out of 100 or more, he should win a boxing bout. That being said, Conor has the benefit of being younger. He had some boxing experience when he was in his teens, I think. He's certainly stronger, more athletic. Damn, Joe! Joe, I'm going to get to you and freak out in 2 seconds. Joe just donated 20 bucks. 20 bucks! Holy shit! Woo! $20? Are you serious? Anyway, I think Conor McGregor's gonna lose. I'm freaking out. I think I feel like a live stream slut. I think Conor McGregor's gonna lose, but I think if he gets dirty, if he mucks up the fight, and does some dirty, I don't know, I can't think. Sorry. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Oh, my mama just donated $2 too. I don't need friends and family to spend money on me. That kind of feels bad, but thank you, Mom. Let's see. Joe Tito says, seriously, your channel saved my life. I found your channel when I needed it most, and I wish I could send more. Dude, no one has to send anything, so the fact that any of you are willing to support this channel, support me, that's crazy. I wish I could send more, but to keep it light, what's your snatch and clean and jerk these days? Hashtag CrossFit. So I do CrossFit, and in CrossFit, Joe, thank you from the bottom of my heart. No one owes me a thing. I'm lucky. I just feel very lucky that you guys are here right now and you're kicking it with me and you support the channel. But thank you, Joe. That's crazy. As far as your question, which I think is just a light question for fun, I'm really rigid. I have terrible shoulder mobility. So when you snatch, it's an Olympic lift, right? Your hands are wide, and you essentially pop the bar off your hip, and you go below it into a overhead squat. and then you stand it up. I have had to completely, I'm going to spend some time on this because Joe just gave $20 freaking dollars to the channel. But I've had to completely rewire, my body. I came into CrossFit as someone who just did bench press, who just did bench press, deadlift, and back squat, and then bro lifts. You know, I like to just do bodybuilding stuff. So long story short, I had really terrible mobility. I couldn't even overhead squat a PVC pipe. I'd straight up grab a pipe like this, try to squat down, and I'd fall over. Psychobabble aside, since this has been a very psychobabbly live stream, my snatch is 205, and I'm really proud of that. It took me like a year to snatch like 75 pounds, so 205. And then my clean is 325, but unfortunately my clean and jerk is 275. Again, because of shoulder mobility problems and hip mobility problems. Oh man, okay. Mental health issues, Noah. Us giving me anxiety with how hyper he is. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. This is what it is, but I don't want to make anyone else anxious. This whole thing is just, it's like a natural high going on right now. I feel it, so that's good, I think. Unless this becomes an addiction. What the Oh, Mom. Come on. Come on. Jeez. So my mom, Maya Thomas, they're at the coast. My parents are at the coast. They're there for the eclipse. God love them. She just said, "Proud to be your mama. Love the color that comes with the 50." That's a lot of money. Don't do that anymore, Mom. Thank you. I'll take you to dinner next time I see you or something. I'll take you out with your donation. That's crazy. That's crazy. Milk Me TV. My lady and I will be taking a trip to Portland in the near future. Would it be possible to meet up? Still need to ball Lukey up one-on-one. Dude, for you, I think it would. I've met up with a couple subs here and there. You've been around for a long time. You were there for the live stream with Luke. I'd say, yeah. I'd say shoot me a private message on... who am I to say no to you? The fuck would that be? So yeah, shoot me a message on YouTube or my Facebook fan page and just make sure I know this is Milk Me. Meet up for basketball. And that'd be really fun. That'd make me really happy. Mom, I can't believe you gave me $50. People are going to think I'm spoiled. I'm here trying to grind. Jeez. All right, I'm going to scroll back and see if I can find a question. Able Rider 92, Noah, in October 2016, I had a surgery and I started suffering from post-surgical depression. Jesus. This is the reason I started watching you. I have to go through surgery again and I'm scared. Any advice? Oh, man. I would be scared too. I'd be really scared too. And I'm not saying that to hype up your fear. I want to acknowledge that would be really scary. You know, if someone said I needed to go through a VIVITROL injection again, I feel like I'd rather die, right? So any advice? Okay, this popped into my head. I don't entirely know if you are going to think of this as something that would be applicable to you, but this just popped in my head. So when I have to face my fear, right, you have to have surgery, I'm assuming, unless it's optional, but I'm assuming it's not. I would make sure, see, I'm one of those people that the more I know about something, the better I feel going into it. If I'm armed with information and facts and trusted people that can help me navigate the aspects of my fear that are anxiety-based, they're obsessive-based, they're just in me, and the aspects of my fear and my anxiety that are based in reality. Now, you've had a bad experience, and perhaps there's a different anesthesia you can go through. Perhaps it depends on where you're having surgery. But what I would do is I would buffer my fear with comforting statistics about surgery. I would continue to talk about what you're going through and get support, much like you're doing right here with me. And then I would write down what my fears are, what the fear is based out of, and then contradict it with some information you've chosen to go learn, I hope, about the surgery you're about to undertake. And otherwise, as simple as this sounds and as silly as it might sound, just be brave. Be brave as hell. At all costs, always be brave. Adrian Winters. Matthias, then you easily achieve running slow. Okay, looks like you guys are responding to each other. Thank you. I had a feeling I wasn't going to be able... I like this format, by the way, of not trying to scroll all the way back. I feel like we lose a lot of time That being said, I feel like there are some people that are probably sitting here hoping I catch your question, and I'm trying, I promise. Yeah, I'm trying. Anyway. Sam East, big no-no. Have you noticed a difference in body composition after going from 200 to 120 and strength? Thank you. So I started TRT at 200 milligrams a week. I gained a bunch of muscle. So I had such low testosterone when I started. I think my numbers were like 155 nanograms per deciliter. For perspective, for anyone who might give a good goddamn. The average 25-year-old, which is what I was at the time, was 750, and I was 150. So when I first started TRT, I blew up. I got fat, I got muscly, I got strong, and it was great. But then the longer I was on TRT, I started lowering my dose. I'm down to 120. And you know what? I recently have been thinking to myself, have I gotten smaller? And I think I should do, what I probably should do is a body composition comparison from when I was at 200 and peaked out to right now. I think I've gotten a little smaller. I think I've lost a bit of muscle at 120. Nothing crazy, but I think so. And I'll figure out a way to look at that a little more evidence-based. Don't need more of this. Put that down, sir. Where was I? Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. So the super chat thing, there's a button I can press to make sure that if someone donated, I'm not gonna miss it. Cody Schlorgens. Ever tried magnesium for your anxiety and depression? Yes, I absolutely have. I think I actually have like a chewable magnesium supplement, something that's supposed to be calming and soothing. So yes, the answer is yes, and you guys should look into that too, if you want. Sal K, how do you get motivated to work out? I struggle with this. So here's what I do, guys, for working out. For all the things in my life that I have like started and stopped, I'm a perpetual start something, quit. Soon as shit gets hard, quit. I mean, not with everything, but it's a trend. And maybe that's a trend in people, but it's certainly one I've noticed in me, crushes my self-esteem. But for whatever reason, I have completely wrapped my head around exercise. I work out all the time, and I'm trying to apply this mindset to other things, and it's a juggling process, a learning process. But what I do, long story long, is I have removed, I guess I've fully understood the potential benefits of exercising and working out. I've absorbed them, I've embraced them both physically and then mentally, and then I remove choice from it. And that sounds stupid, but I treat exercise, and that can mean whatever to anyone, by the way. Exercise could be going for a walk every day. So I treat exercise like eating, I treat it like breathing, I treat it like sleeping. I just have to. I have to, because when I was severely depressed, when I was really not doing well, getting active in my head, I was like, well, maybe this will help. Maybe this will keep me alive. Maybe if I just go work out, whatever I could do that day, maybe I won't be dead tomorrow. It sounds really dramatic, but that's how I treated it. I removed choice, because motivation is fleeting. But your call to action as to why you would do something can be steadfast. It can be sturdy. So I say with anything in life, we don't care. Shut up, Sabino. This ain't about you, dog. Unless you're not talking to me, in which case, do whatever. But just attach that meaning to it. Understand that motivation will be fleeting, and just stick with it. Lost my train of thought. Let's see. Okay. Wait, am I being trolled by you, Sabino Avellera, or are you just being silly? I'm not sure. But if you're trolling, I might have to kick you off the feed, so I hope you're just being silly. Mental health issues. Were you ever on psych meds for anxiety and depression? I've answered 3 of your questions. I'm probably going to have to be careful and try to get someone who hasn't had responded. But yeah, when I first got depressed, they tried a bunch, and I do mean a bunch of different psych meds on me. I think I was on Nortryptaline. I tried Wellbutrin. I tried a bunch of things, and I wasn't able to find any success. I was on a bunch of things. Sarah Bravo, how do you take negativity from fans? Well, I wouldn't call them fans if they're being negative. I don't know, well, how about this? When it comes to negativity, which I felt a baby bump in since I relaunched the channel, because I'm trying to do some things different. I'm being open about some things I've been hiding. For me, when it comes to you guys being here, I'll look for it, Mondo. When it comes to you guys being here and wanting to use your time to hang out with me, to watch my videos or whatever, I can handle... I can handle anyone being critical of me. I really, really can, because I'm a flawed person, and I know that. And my only goal, other than trying to self-improve and grow on here, is just to be honest. So as long as people are even remotely respectful, as long as there's a tone of respect in their being critical, in their disagreeing with my point of view, in their not liking what I'm doing, I can take negativity fine if I think I can benefit from it, if I think I can grow from it. Because sometimes some of the most like intense comments, like, they get stuck in my head, and occasionally people that seem like they're just being mean, but if they can leave out bad language and not yell at me or talk at me as opposed to just, just share their honest opinion, I can sometimes reflect and agree with a lot of it, and I'm open to that. I mean, I'm very imperfect, so negativity as opposed to being a dick, that's the real thing. Carson Red, on a scale of out of 10, how far are you recovered? So I think mood scaling like that is tough. I think we all go through ups and downs in life. I would break it down like this. I would say when I was at my worst in depression, if 1 is I'm suicidal and ready to jump, and 10 is I'm on drugs and I'm manic. When I was really depressed, the worst stages of it, I was around a 2, 2.5. That's when I had to be hospitalized. That's when I was under constant supervision. That's when things were doing really bad. Really, really bad. And then I worked my way to like 4s, where I was like low-key depressed, kind of dysthymic. But then I got to a space now where I'd say in general, barring stressors in life, because there are ebbs and flows, right? I would say in general, I'm probably like a 5 or a 6. And I can get up to a 7, maybe 7.5, and I can slip down to a 4, rarely lower. I love to give long answers. Have you guys noticed? It's probably super annoying. Okay, let's see. Hashtag guitar Sam, I like tits. Me too. John Punches. Difference between TRT and TRT with HCG. So TRT is just exogenous hormone. HCG is a hormone normally found in women, but in high doses, it can essentially send a signal to your testicles to produce. So imagine you could stay fertile, is the idea, and you can maintain size. Because I'm on testosterone now, my testicles have gotten quite small. I wouldn't call them tiny, 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 but they're not big, and it's because I'm on testosterone replacement therapy. So T without it, you're gonna have side effects like smaller testosterone, and I feel like a few levels of your hormones are gonna drop because there's no reason to send a signal. T with HCG, and it's kind of contradicting signals, but I think it evens you out. If I had stopped being so scared. Luke Capone, what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks? They weigh the same, silly. Mondo, my question is still up there. I don't want to spam chat asking again. Shit. All right, Mondo, I'm gonna go hunting. Mondo. So it looks like people are answering my question. All right, I'm going to scroll for like 20 more seconds, but then if I don't find you, dog, I got to keep moving. I got to keep moving. Oh, there we go. Mondo asks, normal for derealization recovery to go feel like you are getting better and better and then get worse again. Yes. Holy shit. Yeah, of course. So he's asking a question that I think can blanket cover mental health, whether you're depressed, you're anxious, whatever. I think this could be a metaphor for life, but let's not get fucking crazy. I'm not a philosopher. But it's, from my experience and from what I've learned from other people, mental health recovery, including depersonalization, derealization, is fucking 7 steps forward and oftentimes 8 back. And then 9 forward and then 0.5 back. And then 3 forward and 2.99 back. I mean, the ebb and flow, the non-linear aspect of trying to overcome mood problems is so annoying. It's, for lack of a more potent word. So it's normal. And you can't get too caught up in the highs. You can't get too caught up in the lows. You just have to be consistent. If you can help it, just be consistent. Simon the Swede says, thoughts about magic mushrooms for depression. So psychedelics for depression, I think it's psilocybin, right? Mushrooms. I've heard about this. I've heard some really interesting things. Dr. Erica Zelfand, who I featured on the channel, I want to ask permission to post this on here, but she did a talk at a local college, a naturopathic college here in Portland, on that topic of psychedelics to address mental health problems. And I'm so scared of taking things. Like, I was scared of taking an anti-nausea medication when I was in Hawaii before I got on a boat, because I don't know what it's going to do to my brain. What if it makes me have a breakdown? I go to extremes in that way. I feel like I'm too scared to try it, but there's some interesting research on the idea of using psychedelics to help with that stuff. I've heard stories of people taking it and being cured. I've also heard stories of people having horrendous trips. Horrendous trips. So I think I should post that video that Dr. Zelfan recorded, or I recorded for her, talking about this topic, if she'll let me. I'll be sure to ask her. Where are we at? Reese Garrett Johnson, Stephen Raw, what kind of existential questions? So you guys are, hey, and thank you guys for answering each other. That's amazing. I mean, we're all in this together, so I'm just kicking it and doing my best to not be a spaz. Debbie Brown, I would love to hear from your partner, as I now understand anxiety and depression, but still struggle to cope with my husband. Yeah, maybe that's a poll I should take with you guys. If you would have any interest in meeting Jessie in a more personal way. Jessie is my wife. She's been with me through everything. We've been together almost 10 years. I'm 30, flirty and balding. But she had to experience the depression with me for the first time also. And what I mean by that is, like, I'd never been depressed before. Well, not like that, nor did I realize what depression was. And she'd never been around someone who's severely depressed. So she has a lot of perspectives about me that maybe I don't even know about. Anyway, I should probably see if she wants to get on the channel. What did Luke ask? Why does everyone doubt it? But isn't using pharmaceutical products to cause the cause of most mental problems? And it's kind of probably too blanket of a statement to say that pharmaceutical are the cause of most, but they can be the cause of some, and they're widely misused and overprescribed, in my opinion. Debbie Brown, thank you. You're welcome. Elijah Cummings, behind every strong man is a stronger woman. So freaking true. Oh, you guys, I'd be so screwed without my wife. Anxiety Biker, has TRT ever caused you dizziness? No. Sal K, thoughts about hair transplants? I've see the bald spot? Like, I'm balding. Did you guys know? Had you noticed? Well, it's happening, okay? And the other night, I was talking to someone about the fact that I'm balding, and I feel like it's the most obvious sign that I'm getting old, which is fine. Embrace your 30s, bro. But they were talking about, like, hair tattooing. Like, if I keep my hair really short, probably shorter than this, and then they can, like, do some tattoo some color to make it look like your full head. I think it could come off really bad. I'm quite nervous about it. I don't want to be that guy that can't accept that he's getting older. Russell Hart, I showed my addiction doctor your bio description of your rare side effect of VIVITROL, and he couldn't figure out what you're talking about. He's been studying naltrexone for years and never heard of that side effect. So yeah, VIVITROL is the injection, the shot I took that spiraled me into my major depressive episode, and it's rare. So I had a paradoxical reaction. Everything we put into our body, every procedure we do, whether it be surgery, medications, you name it, drugs, it can come with a potential list of side effects, and some are more rare and some are more common. I caught a super rare reaction to a drug called naltrexone packaged in a product called VIVITROL. And it did, I looked it up, but during their case study, I think like 0.5% of people got severely suicidal. Kind of like how when you take like an antipsychotic or you take an antidepressant, there is a chance that it can make your depression worse. That's why when we watch videos or you see commercials that have like the most insane laundry list of potential side effects, am I looking at the camera? I always laugh with my wife because they're like, try this product. It will help you feel better. It's going to improve your depression, give you meaning to life or whatever. And then there's like, do not try this medication if you experience any anal bleeding, if you experience sweats. Depression may worsen. Call your doctor if you get suicidal. Those things can happen. That's what happened to me. Your doctor is smart, but he doesn't know everything. 614 Life, my man. So, dude, I wouldn't call 1 out of 200. Oh, God, don't be an idiot, Noah. 200,200 rare. I call that pretty rare. I mean, I know that I'm terminally unique. That's not what this has. Yusuf Big, I have depersonalization. Hang in there, man. Get support. Check out some of my videos. Look up other people's videos. Just be brave. Cody, let's see. Ruth Bowden. Adrian Winters. So Adrian, I just answered this question. Thoughts about using psychedelics to combat depression. I will look into it. And then I need to see if I can get Dr. Zelfan to let me use her thing. Let me check the super chat feed, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, for anyone that's been hanging out for a long time, I'm sorry if this is getting annoying. If you're new to this feed, if you're one of the 68 people and you're checking in new and you're like, fuck, he's never going to choose my question. There's a ton of questions going through. I'm doing my best. If you want to support me and what I do here, if you want to donate to the channel, there's a super chat option. It'll get your question blasted to the top of my radar. I will 100% answer it, and I will thank you endlessly. But everyone matters. No worries if you don't have it. And I want to answer as many questions as I can. I just feel like I have to say that because I'm trying to take myself through. Thanks, Adrian. Debbie Brown, love this from the UK. Oh, I want to go to the UK. Shout out to the UK. Belen, hey no, I'm dealing with very severe DPDR, depersonalization, derealization, dreamlike state. And I've had it for 5 months now after smoking pot. I don't know how to get rid of it. Watch a lot of videos. Should I ignore, process trauma, or accept? I think it's a combination of all those things. So for my weed smoking people, and by the way, most of the people I know in my life, best friends, whatever, almost everyone here in Oregon smokes weed, so this is not in any way, shape, or form some sort of like anti-weed statement. But something to be careful about is a potential reaction to weed that causes an episode of depersonalization, derealization, usually on the heels of like a panic attack. Whoa, Tyler, chill. So just be aware. That's one of the reasons I stay away from it, because I just can't risk that shit. And as far as how you deal with it, how you cope, you do all those things. You have to ignore it sometimes. You have to process the trauma. You have to believe that it's going to get better. And if you don't believe, I can believe for you. I was depersonalized for a long time. You don't know when it will get better. You just put things in place that are going to help you. Cody Schlogans, I smoked weed and got anxiety, depression. Potential side effects. Everyone's different. You got to be careful. Oliver Wilson Hall, hi from UK. You've been an awesome help over the last few years. Thank you. It's really nice of you. Can't chill, must spam. Yeah, no doubt, I can tell. I'm about to put you in timeout now. Adrian Garcia, how do you receive help in a community where if you reach out for help, it is detrimental to your career? Ooh. So I think in that situation, if you're worried that the issue that you have is going to potentially harm you in a professional way, then you need to, if you have the means, seek professional help, where there's doctor-patient confidentiality, therapist-patient confidentiality. They can be mediums for you processing trauma, dealing with mental health problems, whatever, dealing with obsessions, phobias, but then protect your anonymity. So I think what you're talking about is wanting to make sure that you can still be safe in your workplace. I'm fucked wherever I go at this point because I've got a YouTube channel where I admit some weird stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Oh boy. Jorgan Salva. Ruth Bowden. Stephen Raw. Okay, personally, I would say seeking a spiritual output. Yeah, I think, if religion makes you scared or you don't want to label anything, God, spirituality, just look for good orderly direction, find a model, turn a lot of the stress and trauma out to something bigger than you. It could be, in my opinion, a group of people. It could be God as you understand him. Definitely don't try to deal with it by yourself. Able Rider 92, just an off-topic question here. Do you watch the Hodge Twins? I used to watch the Hodge Twins, but I have to admit I don't watch them much anymore. David Strain, you take psych meds? Not any longer, but I used to. Oh, God. Some of y'all nasty. Ishan Bhatia, I am 21 and my T levels are 351. Do you suggest me TRT, but I do want to have kids in future? I'm not getting advice. So Ishan, I obviously this goes without saying, I'm not a healthcare professional, medical person. I'm just here sharing my experience. That is low. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a doctor to treat you at 351. So I would say, first, if there's anything you're doing in your lifestyle, in your diet, in your environment, whatever, stress kills testosterone. If there's anything you can do naturally to try to up those numbers, do it. And then readdress it. And beyond that, that's a personal decision you have to make. There are certain aspects of starting testosterone that there are no takebacks. So, long story short, weigh pros and cons, see if you can control some stuff, and good luck. Simon the Swede. Noah, how dangerous would you say testosterone at 250 mgs every 5 days for cycle are with normal testosterone levels to begin with. The propaganda against AAS are very negative. Sorry for minor spam. It's cool. See, I don't even want to comment on how dangerous it is to take higher... Oh, okay, how about this? My official formal response, I have no idea how dangerous that would be. I've heard stories of people taking massive cycles and living long lives. I've heard other stories of people dying out pretty young from steroid use. You're talking about a pretty minor amount, but I can't encourage and or promote any which way. I don't know. It's a personal risk. But I'd be shocked if that were too big of a deal. Why you're doing it is a bigger issue, in my opinion, than what would happen to your body. You know? You guys ever hear stories of people that, like, they start taking anabolic steroids, PEDs or whatever, and they want to get jacked, they get super excited, and they don't have a ton of lifting experience, they're usually pretty young, and then they take the drugs, they gain a bunch of muscle, there's just this elation. They're just so pumped and happy that they're getting results quick results, but then when they're not on their cycle, they don't have motivation, they lose size, and I think they lose touch of the real reason you should do it. Neil Dixon, Shalva, keep your eyes on the road. Yeah! Wait, you're watching me? Okay, yeah. If you're watching this while you're driving, first of all, you're burning up a lot of data. And second of all, just don't look. Just listen to my terrible rants. Hey, Noah, what's that orange drink on the right? Who wants to know? This is a magical juice. It contains energy and other stimulants that I cannot pronounce. It's just a Rockstar, sugar-free one, or whatever. I don't normally drink it, but I got one right now. Okay. Where are we at? Russell Hart, you look like the guy from Psyched Substance. Is that bad? Is that a bad thing? Carrie Lynn, I have a problem where I work evenings. In the morning, I get up too late and don't have any motivation or energy till the evening. I just want to wake up early and go to the gym. Do you have any suggestions? Yes. First of all, Carrie, what I would say is that you got to break this down into parts. For me, at least, and for a lot of people, you can't just suddenly wake up one day and be this different person. It's just not going to happen. But what you can do is start putting in place small habits that, when compounded on other small good habits, will lead you to being this like ideal version of yourself, right? So you want the energy to get up early. You need to first look at the things zapping your energy. I might start with working on your sleep schedule. There's a podcast called The Model Health Show run by Sean Stevenson. He has a great episode and a book on sleeping. Adjust your sleep schedule very slowly to get to bed a little bit earlier. The whole energy fluctuation often also has to do with when you're eating, how much you're eating, and a lot of other factors. I would look into people that have expertise on this and then pick one little teeny thing at a time, one new small habit at a time every month, and then add on it, and I promise you, you'd be surprised what you can do if you start feeling better. Not very likely you're going to wake up and be this whole new person one day who can get up early or has the energy or has the motivation, but there are things you can put in place to up your chances. Let's see. Okay. Oliver Wilson Hall. By the way, you inspired me to get my T checked. Long story short, I'm now in therapy and now continue to support others on their low T journey by being an admin for the testosterone deficiencies. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. And sometimes I wonder about this. And this thing is the butterfly effect. Unless I'm misunderstanding how this works, I feel like it's really interesting how, like, a video, for example, could impact someone, or someone's message could impact me, and then I share some information I hear with someone else, and who knows what they'll do with it. So I think that's why we all just do our best to put goodness in the world and maybe hope that it's making a difference. The Card Shop, Evansville. I'm 300 pounds, and what up, bro? What's up? I have T level of 197, and doc wants me to go on shots right away instead of attempting lifestyle changes. What do you think? I want to try natty for 30 days first. Yes. What I would always say to anyone across the board, in my non-medical opinion, is if you are well enough up here, not in some sort of psychotrauma, that you think you have the energy and capacity to attack some of these issues that often are man-made, right? Naturally, do it. What do you have to lose? The answer is nothing. So definitely see if you can chip away at lifestyle issues. I have no doubt that if you get more vegetables in your diet, more lean meats, the right type of sea plants. What am I trying to say? Fruits, micronutrients, vegetables, stuff like that. Complex carbs, blah, blah, blah. If you get your lifestyle in check from sleep, stress, diet, and exercise, one little block at a time, start cutting that weight, I'd be shocked if it didn't help that number. Now, what I don't know in your situation, and perhaps you do, is the exact reason your T is low. But if you think lifestyle could be something to do with it, and that's something only you know, shouldn't point fingers, only you know, then why not? And if it doesn't work out, you can always choose to start. The knock on starting is that for some people, and I guess I'd be looking at myself right now, you don't know if you ever stop. I'm okay with that, I think, because I had severe depression. But Lynn, what do you think about avoid Googling around for symptoms forums for a week? Would that maybe help? Sorry for Sparmino. What do you think about avoid Googling? Yeah, so for me, this idea that like something's wrong with me, I don't feel right, maybe I'm depressed, maybe I'm anxious, maybe I'm worried that I'm ill or have some condition. I think getting a little bit of information on whatever you're concerned about is healthy. You might stumble across something that could bring you a great deal of comfort. But for some people, myself included, if I get too deep in that rabbit hole and I start researching cause and effect for random thoughts, for fears, excuse me, I just spit, for anxieties, I only make it worse. So I deal with something called pure O OCD, where I don't necessarily have too many physical manifestations of obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't have to tap, I don't have to knock, I don't have to do anything like that. But I definitely go into these repetitive cycles, and then I research things, and I will go down, I am so hungry. I'm very ADD, by the way. I will go down rabbit holes of information trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I'll come to some conclusion, right, that might be, I'll Google it to death until I think I understand what's going on, and then I will forget how I fucking got there, and I'll rethink it anyway. So it's a pattern behavior. It's unhealthy behavior. I would say in general it can be very damning and make things worse. You have to be careful. You have to set boundaries, and you have to remember that you can't control your thoughts. So stop trying to understand why you think everything. All right. Rory says, I literally discovered your channel like 15 minutes ago and you seem cool as fuck, so you got it. Hey, thanks, Rory. I appreciate that, boss. 15 minutes ago. Good God. All right, checking my super chat, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Katie says, I quit my job 5 months ago due to severe depression. I'm only 18 and not in college either. I don't know what to do. Should I get another job? I think if you have the opportunity to work on yourself, then work on yourself. Now, too much idle time is bad. So, you know, there was this fine line for me when I was severely depressed where, getting hungry, there's this fine line for me when I was severely depressed where, like, I couldn't work for a while. I really couldn't. I was deeply suicidal and panicking. It was bad. But I got better enough to the point where I could actually be active. I felt like shit all the time, but I technically could be at work. And I remember thinking, I can't go back. But it ended up being kind of a cathartic, probably an overuse of that word. It was a positive thing to go back to work for me, even a little bit. So I went back part-time. Now, a segue to that, kind of an intermediate way of going back, is to maybe volunteer if you can. Volunteer at an animal shelter, somewhere where you can be around people, animals perhaps, very soothing, and see if that can be part of your recovery program. But if you're financially secure enough, you have family support, I would say get to therapy if you can. I would say start working on self-care. Start doing all the things you can to get better, and beyond that, just believe that you can get better. I am so hungry, guys. I am either going to have to stop this live stream, or I'm going to have to eat something real quick. I know you guys aren't going to want to watch me eat something. Ooh, sweet potatoes. But I got to eat something, because big no-no. Is it weird that I refer to myself that way? Big no-no is starving. I think I'm going to wolf down these sweet potatoes real fast, I guess. There's nothing else in this house right now. I have to do something about that. All right. Sorry, I'll make this quick. I mean, I'll just eat and talk and other stuff. Okay. You Can Eat, We'll Watch by Carrie Lynn. Yeah, right. That's horrible. I'm not that special. We're all special. I have no idea how old these are. Would you guys eat them? Smell okay. Sorry, I'll chew with my mouth closed. Neil Dixon loves sweet potatoes. I do too, but I don't know if these smell so good. I'm sorry, I'm wasting everyone's time. The Card Shop, Evansville. No. Would you... I love when people call me no. That everyone in my life calls me straight up no. I don't know a soul that calls me... Well, no one calls me big no unless they're being silly. Other than this platform, but no one calls me Noah. I digress. The Card Shop. No, would you offer up direct messages for Patreons in this journey? Yes. Patreon. Jesus. I feel like a little bit too money thirsty, so I don't want to overbring this stuff up. But I am independently employed. I run this channel, another channel, and I drive for Uber 20 hours a week. And I just started a Patreon. Everyone has their own lives, and you guys, a lot of you work so hard, probably all of you in different ways, and you have stresses and stuff. So the idea of being like, would you support me so I can... Oh, shit. Guys, someone called. I went offline. Oh, the questions are still there. Good. I don't know what that will do to the stream, but someone just called me. The idea of telling anyone in terms of Patreon, like, would you support me so I can do this? Like, it feels weird. It feels really, really uncomfortable. But I did start a Patreon. I haven't made a video about it. It's a crowdfunding website. The free speak was great. And there are going to be different tiers of bonus stuff for people that want to support me on Patreon, such as direct access to me, private live streams, private groups, others, whatever perks you guys want. You guys are supporting me. I'm going to do what you guys would like. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. Elijah Cummings, wait, do you have DSL? What's DSL? I'm gonna get food poisoning, I know it. Russell Hart, you should look into SARMs? Hit me back, Russell. I have no idea what that is. Rory, I'm underweight and have been my whole life with a fast metabolism, so I'm hella skinny. Is there any recommendation you can give to bulk up? So you, my friend, are what is commonly referred to, I'm sorry about eating and talking, I'm so hungry, as a hard gainer. I have friends like that, where it's very tough for you to gain weight. What I recommend you do is look, what do hard gainers do? Look, I know that there's a lot of information about hard gaining, how to put on weight in a healthy way. What you need to decide is if you want to do it clean or dirty. And I recommend you do it clean. And you have to get your calories up, right? If I have hard gainers in the audience right now, in the audience, it sounds so douchey. If any of you are hard gainers, offer my man up some support. But I'm not a hard gainer. I can get fat. I can get very skinny. It just depends on what I'm doing very quickly. But I know that consistency is the key. You're going to have to consistently take in a large amount of calories, hopefully good ones, and you're going to also have to hit that gym. And then you can't take days off. So make a part of your routine, your lifestyle. Looking at weight gainers, healthy fats and oils you can get into your diet to up those calories quick. Oh, 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 oh. Kim Vlogs, how are you feeling mentally? Pretty good. No problem, Roy. Pretty good. I mean, shit. Comparatively to when I was like really bad off, I'm doing really well. Am I always like looking for more and wondering if I could feel better? I suppose so. But I try not to get caught up in the grass is always greener. Today I'm stable. I was stable yesterday. And a lot of times my mood just depends on how I'm treating myself. Am I doing the right things? Am I proud of the person I'm looking at? Which coincidentally is myself right now. Hi there. You know, those sort of things. The last time I had like a mental crash was in early July, and I had about 2.5 weeks where depression, anxiety, and everything got really bad. And I get flare-ups like that sometimes. Corey, welcome to anyone who's here still, or just got here rather. I don't know how long we've been on now because that phone call interrupted my live thing, but I only see 3 minutes. We've been up here for like an hour. Corey woke. My bad, bro. Yo, Noah, I'm 1 year sober on the 21st. Congrats, dude. That was a weird... Yeah, that was like a golfer's clap. Your story has been a huge inspiration for me. One of the first videos I watched from you. I'm glad my story could be an inspiration for you. I meant everything I said. My 1 year sober video. I would feel morally not okay if I didn't let you know that I'm not currently sober. I still support sobriety, still believe in it. I know that addiction is real, and I have a slippery slope with all that stuff, but I don't know. I just want you to be able to get the hell out of here if you don't want to be here because of that. Clearly, I am projecting a lot of my own insecurities right now. Neil Dixon, hey, I'm a golfer. I don't clap like that. I mean like the stereotypical, like, yes, good show, holding 7, old chap. No, know what I'm saying? Ruth Bowden. Reese, did you have counseling? Okay, cool. Yeah, keep chatting with each other, guys. Fat Boy Nation, project all you want. Yeah, I suppose this is like a space to do that. Appreciate that, Corey. Thank you. Corey, I'm trying to be real. I'm trying. I said this in one of my last videos. Real quick, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to try to read some answers. Do you guys ever get confused? Or can you ever sometimes not decipher the difference between your truth, like what's actually going on with you, who you actually are, versus ego and your idea of yourself, or maybe what other people think of you? I don't know, it's a weird question, but do you ever hear yourself being full of shit and acknowledge it and just be like, fuck, I'm just totally full of shit right now? Or are you super in touch with yourself to where like you constantly think you're living in your truth? Let's see if anyone agrees with that. Or not agrees, excuse me. Anyone's crazy like me. Ruth, yes. All the time. Yes. So much. Yeah. Cool. Yes. Yes. Well, then, my friends, I'm not going to eat that last bite. We are made for each other. We're all just perfectly broken. Isn't that great? I don't need more of this. But I'm addicted. I appreciate all the feedback, by the way. We're all fucked, says Neil. For real. Mark Winter, I always feel like an ass. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly how I come off all the time. And I try to respect the good in me, but I constantly just have like this dark self-image. I'm just like, I'm a terrible person. And I challenge those voices. I know nothing's quite that simple, but anyway. Tell me if you guys hear this. Don't judge me. There's a creak in this chair. What was that? Stephen Rar. Is it possible to change our thinking patterns? It's like I've dug a deep hole and I wonder if I'll ever live normally like before. Stephen, and anyone who's lost in the past of what they once were, which I was for a long time, normal gets redefined. And what I've learned in terms of like overcoming something major trauma, massive injury, mental or physical, life hardships, barking spider, exactly. Sorry about that. It squeaked right out of me. But yeah, major trauma and things that get you to question yourself, that force you to question who you are, why you are, what you once were. I tend to I romanticize the past. Sometimes I still get really sad and I think about when I was younger, before depression, before anxiety, before my first panic attack, before being suicidal. I was like, oh, my happiest years already passed me. Like, am I beyond? You better be right back, Reese Garrett Johnson. I'm timing you. Am I beyond my good days? I'll never feel normal again. And I think that's dangerous thinking. I think all of us, if we can help it, I need to speak for myself. If I can help it, I need to remember that I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I don't know how I will feel. Even people that don't specifically go through acute mental illness, I know that they're different 10 years from now than they are. Like, we change, we evolve, our feelings change, our ideas change. Don't set things in stone that you don't know. You'll find a new normal. I found a life worth living again. I spent a couple of years praying it would all end. So, Ruth Bowden, accepting ourselves now, very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. The bearded casual. Anyone have jaw pain from anxiety? I'm getting it a lot as of late. I've had jaw pain. I've had jaw pain from grinding my teeth. Getting anxious and I just grind the shit out of my teeth. I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, but I think the answer is yes. Oliver Wilson Hall. Can't live in the past though, mate. It's the worst being. Yeah, it is. Douglas, Jovan Jerkov. Noah, I have DPDR and I'm really scared that I'll never get away. It'll never go away. I have it for 5 months and I'm really scared that it'll ruin my future. I don't want to ever preach false hope, but you're gonna get better, my friend. Take it from me. Someone who's been through it, who's known a ton of people because of this platform who've been through it. I don't know when. I don't know what the method will be, what will be your secret to success, but you will. So just be brave and don't believe everything you think. How Christos TV whatever. How to get huge triceps. Okay, I'm so vain. I just did that as an excuse to do that. You know, pushing motions. I'd say you can stay in the hypertrophy sort of rep range, 8 to 12. Or just, you know, work out a lot and eat a lot. Anything that involves pushing. Yeah. Karen Margoda, what shampoo do you use? I want my hair to be luscious like yours. I will never tell. How dare you ask me about my shampoo regimen? It's a secret blend that I picked up from my ancestors, and if I had to divulge it, it would be at a nominal fee. Where are we? Carrie Lynn, do you have insomnia and how to deal with it? I did have insomnia really bad a long time ago. And actually, and this isn't like I'm just going to turn this on myself. In terms of dealing with it, I ended up having to put on like off-label use of Seroquel. I'm not an expert on insomnia. I know it can be very uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep when my panic disorder was starting up in 2011. So I spent a lot of nights awake, scared and alone. I don't know how to help, but go find someone who can. Do you think TRT could be the cause of your depression? No, absolutely not. Before I started testosterone replacement therapy, I was in a treatment-resistant major depressive episode. Like 15, 16 months. I'd done so many psych meds, all types of therapies. I did a form of shock therapy. Finding out I had low testosterone and addressing that hormonal imbalance was the building block to which I slowly got better. It wasn't the only thing I needed, by any means. I was still dealing with a lot of depression after that, but it helped. In no way, shape, or form could getting a low hormone evened out be a problem. Carrie Lynn, what time do you go to bed? You know, prior to quitting working for my dad 3 weeks ago and just becoming self-employed, I guess you could say, I would constantly stay up too late and go to bed whenever, 11, 12, 1. And I would go into my day tired because I felt like I could do my job even if I was tired, even if I wasn't 100%. Now, what I do with my day, what I do with my time, directly impacts my productivity. And if I can't be productive, then I have to be productive. I'm just in a situation now where I have to make things happen. So why do I find ways to beat around these questions? I go to bed as early as possible now and try to get up as early as possible. So I'd say the latest I go to bed at this point would be 10, 11, trying to get in bed before 10. And I'm up every day by 6, sometimes a little earlier because I got to get shit done. Gotta grind. Walter Mall, does long-term testosterone replacement therapy bother you in case 20s into 50s ever get tired of the shots? I mean, look, I'm not a huge fan of jabbing a needle in my thigh every week, but I wasn't a huge fan of being low testosterone, so it seems like a small price to pay, I would say. Annoying, yes. Problematic to the point where I wouldn't worry about it yet? No. What do I think, sir? Bill Banks, how old are you? I, sir, am 30. Now, before you say I thought you were 40, calmate, güero. I know that some people think I look really old. So, that's a real thing. I'm trying to decide how much longer I should do this. I feel like an hour is like a really legit amount of time to do this, but if you guys, I mean, I got 71 of you here. You guys seem engaged, which is cool. So maybe I'll stick it out. Let's say I'm gonna hang out for 15 to 30 more minutes. Yes, I'm half Mexican. I don't know why I feel like I had to say that, but Soy un hispanohablante. Mi mamá es mexicana. Tengo familia en Mexico. I speak Spanish. I make little comments like that and joke around. But I'm not trying to be racist. I mean no disrespect. Karoon Bargota, I accidentally dropped a 70-pound dumbbell on my left nut, and now it's hurt. Any advice? I mean, you can try CPR, the Heimlich. You can do compressions. And you can pray to the nut gods that you... Ooh, the perfect number of viewers! I'm still a middle school perverted boy, I guess. Okay. All right, we'll kick it for 15 more minutes unless I get a strong demand to stay. That sounds so self-absorbed, but... Martin Needich. Will you do more of these live chats? They are great. Love you, brother, and all you do. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing one every week, at least one every other week. So yeah, I'd say I would. Quite frankly, the chance to connect with you guys is great. The motivation to potentially have some donations come in is great. I'm going to go... Oh, can't do that. Nope. I'm going to go drive Uber because I have to hit a certain quota every week. So if I can be doing this, maybe earning a little bit of supplemental income and obviously supporting my channel and supporting you guys in whatever way, shape, or form that I will. Elijah Cummings also struggle. Dude, you've been here a long time, man. You're dedicated. I also struggle with coincidences. Anyone else? Hell yeah, of course. Christos TV, how many inches are your arms because they look impressive? Thanks, dude. I would guess they're like probably 17s. That would be my guess. They're big-ish, but they're not huge. You know, when I was bodybuilding a lot, I feel like they were bigger, especially when I was taking a higher dose. Sarah, thank you. That's amazing. So Sarah just donated $10 to the channel. She's doing it using the super chat function. All of that goes to feeding me and keeping shelter over my head. And it's really, really cool. You know, my content is not advertiser friendly anymore on this platform at all. And so almost all my content that used to provide me some supplemental income for doing this, which I will always do no matter what, by the way, so I'm not fucking complaining. I know you guys work hard. I know that I'm lucky. I'm not trying to be that way, but it means a lot. It really does. So Sarah says, just sending some support. I'm curious about your wife and how she deals with all this and would love to hear some of her perspectives sometime if she's willing. Keep on. So again, Sarah, thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel like that with your hard-earned money. And, you know, if I can just spend a little time on what you just said there, I'm not sure exactly what school of thought you're thinking, but what comes to mind are two things. You're either wondering how she's, you know, when you say deal with all this, I'm not sure if you mean how she deals with me being like even a very small but consistent internet personality, or how she deals with, you know, me, period, or when I was really depressed. But yeah, she has her own perspectives, and you know, when it comes to YouTube, my wife just lets me do what I need to do. She knows that this is important to me. She knows this is very therapeutic for me. I get a lot from it, and she just lets me be me. She's very good about letting me be me and just not trying to temper me or control me. As far as how she dealt with my depression, it was tough. I mean, we both had to learn on the fly, what do you do and how do you survive a relationship, or how do you keep a relationship alive when you're severely depressed? Sarah, not so much the internet thing, rather supportive of your mental health stuff. Got it. So yeah, so the mental health side of things, it was a big learning curve for her, and I'm sure she felt abandoned by me. I'm sure my wife felt abandoned by me. She's my girlfriend at the time when I got severely depressed, because I went from being one way when I was depressed, or before I was depressed. She fell in love with me a certain way. I took that medication, I had that paradoxical reaction, and I got very sick. I mean, very sick. Darren sings, thank you, Darren. If you have a question, leave it for me. Thank you for supporting the channel, for the super chat. It means the world to me. Sincerely. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, she just fell in love with a certain person, going back to my wife and how she dealt with my depression, my anxiety, my panic. And then I was someone else. I went from being like a self-sustained man to like a child. Like when I got depressed, I became like a little kid. I was scared. I was lost. I needed to be taken care of. And that was a big... She was young too. She was like... This is back in 2011. So like 7 years ago. She was only 22 years old. And she was dealing with me going through a massive mental breakdown. I'm sadly reminiscing, unfortunately. But I should get her on the channel. She says she's willing. You know, real talk, and this will get lost in the ether of my channel and of much bigger things like YouTube. I'm kind of afraid of what my wife will say. Like a little part of me is afraid that we'll just, you know, uncover some deep pain. I know that her and I have talked about my depression, and at first I'm going off on a tangent. I'll wrap this up for a second, but Sarah donated $10 to the channel, and that's amazing. I mean, it literally is going to buy me another 15, 30 minutes here because I don't have to go drive Uber right now like I'd planned. So we did have a heart-to-heart about my depression, and after I got better, you know, hindsight being 20/20. And it was really hard for her, and I judged her at times in little blits, thinking she should have done more, she should have tried harder. And now I look back and I was like, oh my God, she did the best she could, and she was amazing. And I couldn't help but be selfish and only think about myself. I was fighting for my life, and I didn't know how much my depression affected her. Anyway, it's a heavy one. It's a heavy, heavy, heavy topic. One second, guys, sorry. You guys are incredible. Freaking love you guys. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? John Smith. I have anxiety because of my insecurities, and my depression kicks in because I can't communicate with others. Yeah, I think a lot of us deal with that, having anxiety due to being insecure. I think perhaps this is overly simplistic and maybe too general, but I think what helps me with things that I'm insecure about, what helps me with my anxieties, is to accomplish things, do things, feel like I'm growing as a person, feel like I'm improving enough to where I can build some credibility within myself and realize that I have strength and I have goodness and I can get better and I can be more, and then I can be more confident. Confidence and self-esteem are things that we can all chip away at, and I think that will help you with your anxieties about your insecurities. Another thing you can keep in mind is that we all have insecurity. All of us. Every last one of us. So, you're not alone. We're all fucking scared of something. Bill Banks asks, how long have you been working out? I've been like in sports my whole life. I played baseball growing up, basketball. I did some wrestling and some rugby in high school, track. And then I lifted some weights a little bit out of high school, but not much. And then I really took weightlifting serious when I was about 24, 25. As soon as I was able to work out after my major breakdown, I did. And I'd say I've been really taking it serious for about 5 years. Diet and lifestyle stuff, that's still a work in progress, though. Okay. Where are we at now? Darren, I really want to answer a question for you, boss. If you want, you donated to the channel, and I would love to answer a question. You said hiya. I say, what's up, man? Darren sings. Are you really a singer? Are you a good singer? I need to look you up. Diva Glamo XO, sausage sandwich game, red sauce, brown sauce, or no sauce at all? Red sauce. Neil Dixon, still not watching porn? I have watched porn one time in the last 6 months. I forgive myself for that. I have for those of you who don't know, I like a year ago decided after watching a TED Talk about pornography that I was going to stop watching porn. I was someone who was watching a lot of porn, like a lot. Me and Angelina became besties, and I felt like it was becoming a detriment to me. Like I think I sensed it. So when I saw this title to this TED Talk video, that was like, I don't know what it said. Why I gave up porn. Why I stopped watching porn. I was like, oh, I'm curious. Because I couldn't imagine my life without porn at the time, like a year ago. And I watched it, and it just an impact on me. The biggest thing was like they said it would improve my relationship with my wife. And so I quit watching porn, and it did. It had a really positive impact on my life, my productivity, my time. I think if you're someone who can watch porn very sparingly, then whatever, you know. But if you're like someone like me who's like watching porn just about every day, maybe you should look at that. Perhaps. No judgments either way. But yeah, I've watched porn once in the last 6 months. And I don't even call it a moment of weakness. I'm a person. I'm human. I did it, and I'm okay with that. I try not to watch it for myself, so. That's so funny you brought that up. I literally was thinking before I started this live stream, I was like, is anyone going to ask me about Rosie Palmer and whether or not her and I have come together in a while? Christos TV Able, I really respect and love you, brother. How do you get motivated to work out? You remove the desire or the need for motivation. So for me, I got my CrossFit. I know I can make it at 6:30 this day, 4:30 this day, whatever. And it's set in schedule. Working out for me, but whatever working out means for you, but working out for me is just, I don't get to choose. I could be having a terrible day. I will go. I have no choice. God, I wish I could read through all these comments. There's so many that I haven't been able to check out. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Jack Provost says, I'm on TRT androgel, and my concern is having 4 kids. It could potentially come in contact with them. What are your thoughts? My thoughts are to take it right before bed, put it on the inside of your thigh, apply it there, and make it a nighttime ritual where you're not going to be around your kids after your kids go down. If you're doing a topical steroid, I mean, I guess you might have to worry about your lady if you have a lady. You have kids, so you must have a lady, or presumably you do. Anyway, pick a time where it won't come in play, or consider switching to a different method of application. Carrie, do you trust him outside of that? Ooh, I want to find Carrie's question now. Carrie. Carrie Lynn says, my boyfriend won't show me his phone ever. I don't know the password. Should I break up with him? I don't think that, okay. Carrie, before you go breaking up with anyone over a privacy thing, some people really, really value their privacy. That being said, if my wife ever wants to look at she knows my password actually, what am I saying? How about this? You know what? Scratch the initial advice. You need to talk to him before you talk to us. That's it. Just let him know. Here's how you decide if you should stay with him. If you tell him how it's affecting you, that you won't allow him to see your phone, but if you tell him that it's affecting you negatively and you're worried he has something to hide and he doesn't reciprocate with something that just fills you up with security and safety, if he's very defensive, if he gets upset, then you can start assessing the quality and the value of the relationship. This is without knowing any details, but you know, I have my own stuff. I have my own privacy, but I have nothing to hide. So I think that there's at least a small chance. I probably shouldn't spend this much time on this question. Not that's not a good one, but anyway, I think there's a small chance that some people feel like they're very trustworthy and their person still acts like they have something to hide, or their person still essentially, whether it's passive aggressively or it's very directly, thinks they're hiding something from them, even when they're not. And that can be very, very annoying. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all about communication and trust, people. Communications and the trusts and stuff. Martin Nedick, did you have any luck with HCG? Thoughts on HCG monotherapy? Martin, check out my most recent video on HCG, please. But I haven't started it, and I explain why in that video. Jack Provost says, thanks, System Lord. I was reading about that. Cool. I can start going back now. Please talk about DP. Ruth, I've spent a lot of time already talking about depersonalization. I want you to check out all my videos on YouTube if you want on DPDR. I share very openly about them, and I think they'll be a better resource than me trying to quickly spit something out to you right now since I've already talked about it. Katie says, when you were depressed, do you guys see how, I can't imagine many of you are like still here from way long time ago, but I got low-key manic when I started this live stream. Like, I straight up felt way too on one. Like, I knew that I was getting a little too, like, hey, simmer down. But I just couldn't. I just was so pumped up. I was getting my first super chats. I was just really excited I was going to say to see you guys, but I can't see you. You can see me. That being said, I know that there are 54 of you here right now. Thank you for that, by the way. That tickles me. Oh, 53. Shit. But, I know that I'm just talking to one person. I mean, essentially, kind of. Oh, no. Where's Katie's question? Katie, when you were depressed, did you still feel love towards your wife? I feel no love towards my family, so I feel like there's no reason to live. No, I didn't feel anything when I was really depressed. And I say that in hopes that you will take some solace in that fact. I didn't feel anything when I was depressed. Completely fucking void of emotion, of sensation, of motivation, of drive, of comfort. I couldn't feel comfort. Warm showers didn't feel good anymore. Blankets didn't feel good. The hug of my then girlfriend, now wife, felt nothing. And I think it was such a severe experience that I didn't take it too personal, but I was afraid I'd never feel anything again. And that's where I was wrong. It was my anxiety talking. But you do have reason to live. You are going to live. You're going to stay brave. You're going to fight for future you. Future you is going to appreciate you surviving. Sometimes that's all we can do, is just survive. And that's not sexy. It just is what it is. Elijah, Matthew Jones, what was one thing you were doing when you were depressed that you're not doing now? Did you guys hear that? Be appropriate. What was one thing you were doing when you were depressed that you're not doing now? I don't think this is what you're looking for. I think this is way too like black and white thinking for me, but I played a lot of basketball when I was depressed, just trying to distract myself. What else was I doing? Binge eating. Holy shit. Okay. Yes. To answer that question, I was binge eating like crazy when I was depressed. I was doing anything I thought might elicit some response. I used to literally jump in ice cold showers just to see if I would wake up, just to see if I would come to in any way, shape, or form. I was numb. So back then I would eat the craziest, most destructive meals. Actually, young Kermit, I would work you in some basketball. If you're trolling, then you got me. I'm pretty good at basketball. Anyway, yeah, I would just eat. I'd eat like crazy, and I don't binge eat very often anymore. And I was binge eating every single night. So, Dave Herrera says, regarding depersonalization, can you stand being in a store now? So DPDR, like I've mentioned multiple times, I know that you guys are hearing little blips at a time. Usually, like 5 to 10 minutes is the average length of people staying for these things, which I get, because you probably feel like I'm talking about shit that's not particularly interesting to you, depending. Anyway, I couldn't go into big spaces when I had depersonalization. Stuck in the dreamlike state. Anything that was overstimulating, I couldn't do. I used to have to wear sunglasses and be with someone very close to me who I felt safe with to pull it off. It was a really weird thing. And yeah, now I can 100% go anywhere, do anything. My brain repatterned. It took a long time, but it got better. Sunglasses, yeah, sunglasses. Do you do gaming? Christos TV Able. You know what? Like when I was a kid, I used to like nerd out on video games. Like that was my shit. Command and Conquer, Mortal Kombat, Legends of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. Tons of games. I love playing video games. Monster Rancher. Shout out to anyone who knows what that fucking game is. But no, I don't game anymore. Young Kermit, I have to put you in timeout because I feel like you're not bringing the right juju, my friend. So I didn't kick you off the feed, but you are on a bit of a timeout. And maybe if you want to stick around, just, you know, try to be like a regular cool dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just can't really get into gaming right now. I like the idea of it, but every time I end up sitting down and doing it, I just like get bored, I guess. I'm getting old. Fuck. If that doesn't scream you're getting old, I don't know what does. Liberal bastard looking good, man. Grazie, my friend. Appreciate it. Elijah Cummings, oh God, help, I have spray paint in my eyes. Flush your eyes, dude. Go straight to, you know what? I'll show you. You got something in your eye. I know you wanted me to show you. You just gotta, try to save your vision. Just grab it and just flush it, dude. Oh. That was a close call. Thank God I helped you. You guys remember when I said, ooh, my battery's about to die? My battery's about to die. I think that's probably a sign that we should wrap this up. Okay, 15-minute heads up to everybody. Not that it's that fucking big of a deal. But 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and call it. So yeah, we're going to stop in 15 minutes, especially now that I saved someone's eye. I feel like I've really accomplished everything I can here. And let's get through a few more questions. Oh. Ooh, Ben Ballard donated $1 on the super chat function to the channel. That has kept me now for an extra minute. Thank you, Ben, very much for doing that. All jokes aside, it means a lot to me. And I will completely switch tones and get serious anytime someone can super chat and has the means to help support me. It's incredible. It's not lost on me how cool that is. Ben, do you have a question for me, dog? Ben Ballard, love you, man. Hey, thanks, man. I think I love you too, quite frankly. Nothing screams love like $1. Thanks, dude. Lil Doggy Lil. Not a troll is a monument idiot. So good. Yeah, anyone who's new was good. You know what kick? Not a troll. Where's not a troll? Do we have like a new guy trolling? And I'm just like not paying attention? Oh yeah, I got it. You go. Sorry, neo-Nazi. You're not welcome here. HJOLDARM. Do you miss drugs? No. I never really was into drugs. My drug of choice was alcohol. So if we're referring to like traditional drugs, coke, weed, heroin, meth, I don't know. No, I never got into them. The pro noob. Have you any experience on marijuana? I saw your video on addiction to alcohol and how you were feeling helpless and worthless without it. I've noticed I feel this way without cannabis. I don't know that I felt helpless and worthless without it. I think that situations would come up and I would kind of romanticize and like I would long to be with whichever group of people I wanted to be with, you know, and I would feel like attraction to the idea of being a certain type of person who could drink, you know, who could socialize like that. That being said, I stopped drinking for almost 2 years, and when I did, I stopped thinking about it. I wasn't constantly craving it or missing it. I fully worked through that. So what I would say to you is that if you smoke heavy, like I got some friends who smoke a lot of weed, and that's all good. It's personal choice. I get it. But if you smoke a lot of weed and then you try to just stop, your brain chemistry is going to be a little bit pissed. It just will. Your brain chemistry will be pissed, and it's going to make you feel all types of way while it tries to recalibrate. Same thing if you drink a lot of alcohol and then you just stop. You're going to have to give yourself a chance to rebalance, and you're going to feel kind of crazy. So if it was important enough to you and you wanted to get off, I assure you, your brain would rebound. But it would take a while, potentially. CC, you killed Freddy. Subi live chat with the bikini on. I will go throw Subi. I will go throw my wife's bikini top on right now if you donate $20 to the channel, and I will do the rest of this live chat in a bikini. That's the cost of putting on a bikini in front of people from all over that I don't know face to face. Alright, my test level came back. Wondering, IT systems dude, my test levels came back at 214 and I'm 39 on Lamictal starting TRT in a week. Yeah, man, you sound like a worthy candidate. Good luck. Try, you know, not that you asked, but for anyone who might be starting testosterone or wondering, by the way, if you wonder why I keep talking about it, it's because I started it when I found out I had low T. All dudes out there, and girls should check something else, but all dudes, by the way, if you're not feeling quite right and you don't know why, there's no reason that you guys shouldn't go get blood work and make sure that that looks normal, and that includes hormones. That includes your testosterone, total and free, check your thyroid, blah, blah, blah. But one thing I would say to you about the fact that you're just starting is that, I started on 200 once a week too. James East, what does $50 get us? Dude, if someone donates $50, name what you guys would want if someone would donate. I wouldn't have to go drive tonight, that's for sure. I'd probably do some weird shit for $50. I'd probably lose some self-respect. Is that bad? Subi. Subi. God, I feel like I'm slutting out right now. Yeah, there should be a money sign on your phone or on your computer. It's a super chat thing. It allows you to pick a number that you'd like to donate. 20 for the bra. God, I'm like a prostitute now. And then you can if you want, and I really will. because I'm not too proud to beg. What I was saying is, because I keep getting distracted, don't expect too much at the start of your testosterone replacement therapy. I think I took the first shot and I thought I was going to feel perfect. I was so desperate to feel well. And I thought I would just feel perfect right away. And I definitely didn't. It took time. Some guys notice response to testosterone really quickly, and other dudes, it takes a long time. It took, like, honestly, other than my appetite going up. The prob noob, would you do a drinking binge on cam if we gave you $50? No, I don't think I could do that. I guess you did find something I wouldn't be willing to do. See, all jokes aside, like on the drinking thing, you know, it's a part of my life, and it's something I work to be responsible with, and I'm very nervous about, and I try to be very careful with. But as far as people here that have found me for the different reasons they found me on YouTube, I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to rub it in people's faces. I want to be sensitive to the fact that I was sober for 2 years. I may be sober again someday. And right now I'm just trying to be safe while I do my research and experiment. I know I just got really serious all of a sudden, but I couldn't bring myself to just get wasted on camera when I know a lot of people who watch are dealing with depression, anxiety. This isn't that type of channel. That would seem in very poor taste. Although, if we're being perfectly honest, I low-key once have thought about doing like a drinking Q&A. Like drink and do a Q&A. But I mostly, like in some sick way, would be curious to know what I would say. All right, we're turning dark. I don't like it. I don't like it. Back to message. All right, let's see. Where we at? Where we at? Wondering, IT system dude, I went through the same thing you did, but what triggered my downward spiral was when I was given synthetic weed and lost control for a year. Yeah. Yep. It's a very common story. The most common story I hear for psychotic breakdowns and stuff like that is, oh, Mr. Subi, you can go to my Patreon page. You can pledge me some money there if you want. Dress up like Gene Simmons of Kiss. I don't have the outfit to dress up like Gene Simmons from Kiss. I need to either plug this phone in to get it charging, or I need to like call this live stream. Oh, I'm having too much fun, but I really need to go drive. I don't know what to do. Should I go drive Uber now, guys, or should I kick it with you for a bit longer? It's 4:30. Nando, how much do you need so you don't have to drive tonight? I'm not trying to leverage you guys like that. I'm thinking out loud because and this is like on my marriage today, because I make my own schedule and I do YouTube and I drive. I was supposed to drive for 4 hours. I don't want to say it. I feel like I'm getting weird or sketchy with you guys if I bring up like, pay me this and I'll stay. I mean, it would be dope, but I don't want to go there. That feels weird. I don't feel fair. Adrian Winters, tell the passenger to answer your live chat questions or read them to you. Fuck, I wish. Stream from your phone while driving. Try buspirone. Cocaine will make things worse. Who's taking cocaine? I mean, I know some people that take cocaine. Yeah, I hope to do the live stream soon as well, Nando. Alright, I want to kick it for 10 more minutes. I gotta go get my... Come with me! I need to go get my phone charger. I got 63 people here. Like, I just thought people would bounce. It's a Saturday. So, oh, my wife... Actually, what am I saying if my wife finds out? This is the live stream. She might be watching. Baby, I'm sorry. We're going into our bedroom. We're going into the love dungeon. I'm gonna get my charger. And we're gonna kick it for at least a few more minutes. Because y'all, some badass mouth effers. Do you sniff your own farts? Yeah. Doesn't everyone? Don't ask dumb questions. Everyone sniffs their own farts. You gotta know what your brand is like. And I gotta get an extension cord for the kitchen. Because you guys are making my day. Here we go. That's my garage. You guys want to see something you didn't request to see? Yeah. Wow, you've been here a while now. It is romantic. Yeah, it's my garage. I'm wasting everyone's time right now. All right. Rawazar, it's 1:30 in the morning where you're at? Damn. Dang. That's late, bruh. That's really late. All right, I'm plugging in my shit. Young Kermit, you're back on timeout. You only get a couple of those ridiculous comments before I have to time you out, man. Can't be talking about eating booty like groceries. Is my phone charging? I have no idea. I think it's charging. My bad, guys. I'll get back to you in a second. Because we're gonna, screw it. We're gonna kick it to the 2-hour mark, which should be in 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to assume this is charging. Okay. Martin Needich asks, do I have a dog? So you guys, there's something I never made a video about because it made me so fucking sad. Do you guys want to hear something that for me was one of the saddest experiences I've had in a long time? So before I got depressed, my wife and I adopted a dog from the Humane Society. We named him Rocky. His slave name by trade was Toby, I think. Toby Squires. And we adopted this cute little dog named Rocky. I'll show you a picture of her on my phone. And then I got really depressed, and that dog stayed by my side for everything. That dog stayed by my side for everything. This cute little quiet, shy, scared dog. And my dog ran away in April after having him for 7 years. I was at the gym, just like I always am. He's always at the gym with me. And he just took off. And it never so much as left my side or my wife's side for 7 years. And he just took off. And yeah, so I lost my dog. It broke my heart. It broke my wife's heart. It's really sad. I miss him. All right. Let's get this thing cracking for 15 more minutes. Now, not to sound like a terrible person, but a super chat, big donation would keep me here longer because I do need to go drive. I don't say that to be sketchy. I'm just being honest. Okay. Thank you, Martin. I'm sad about the dog for sure. Sadia Satar, how do I donate here? There's a money sign. As a full-time YouTuber, it helps a lot. And there's just a little dollar symbol that you can just click and then add a question, and I'll answer it, and I'll be very grateful. How you keeping now, bro? Luke Birch. I'm doing well. I'm chilling. I'm trying to find this new schedule. I mean, I literally wake up early. I work on YouTube because I have 2 channels. I have my Dad and My channel, Paul Thomas MD channel, and this one. And so my life revolves around trying to put up as much content as possible. I'm trying to put up 3 to 4 videos a week on this channel. I'm trying to put up 3 to 4 on the other channel. I'm trying to get the crowdfunding thing, trying to get up merchandising. I'm hunting down sponsors for the other channel. And then I drive. So as long as I can stick to my goals and not forsake my wife, who gave me the thumbs up to quit my 9 to 5 so that I can pursue my dream and just, I'm good. As long as I'm not letting myself down, as long as I'm kicking as much ass as I possibly can. The pro noob, do you think alcohol still affects you today, even though I assume you're not using it anymore since you seem relatively happy? Yeah, I mean, I feel relatively happy. I am still drinking. I'm just trying to do it in moderation. I'm trying to do it in a way that's not detrimental to me, safely at the very least. And do I think it still affects me today? Yeah, I think so. I think it's something that's constantly on my mind because of my past, and I don't want to. I don't want it to harm me or my wife or anything like that. Nando says, do you think one needs to take SSRIs for anxiety and depression, or do you believe one can recover without them? Look, the psych med debate on whether or not you should take them, not take them, are so individual. I'm one of those people that believes that if you have the time, if you have the and time in terms of if you're not in like a dire situation, a truly dire situation, and you believe you can work on other things, you know, I think the chances of recovery are still pretty high even without them. They did like there's some randomized testing they've done on that, but I think it is a viable option for some people in some circumstances. It's just too messy. It's too messy for me to be like, yes, definitely need them. I know a lot of people that have recovered naturally, and I know people who swear by their medication. They just swear by it. So, to each their own, but there are risks, you know, and there could be risks to not taking it. And I tried them, by the way. When I got severely depressed, I was willing to do anything. Are you fiddling with a fidget spinner? Shit! I am. 'Cause I'm cool. Martin, my mom got me this. Martin says, ever consider writing a book? Maybe. Well, we'll see. Someday. I think there's more work that needs to be done before I do something like that. Why my mom got me the fidget spinner, okay? I swear. I didn't get it myself. Hey, no, I've been following for about 4 months. I love your stuff. Thank you, Trey Smith. I appreciate that. Elsa Escott, I know. So busted. I'm also in my underwear. All right, young Kermit. It's gone. Feel like you're just trolling, my friend. I gotta let you go. Christos Table, do you have children? I don't. I don't have children because I can't have children right now. My wife is in the process of wrapping up her bachelor's degree. I literally just struck out on my own with my YouTube business, and then freelance stuff. I'm shooting a wedding, for example, in September. I need to be a little more set up. I need to be more financially stable, as I'm striving to be. And then I need to work up the courage to get on HCG. I'm shooting blanks. Bonanza says, you take medication? Please answer. I have it too. Yeah, I take testosterone replacement therapy, and then quite frankly, I'm on 0.125 Klonopin every other day, sometimes every third day. I definitely have some sort of mental block. About fully getting off. A psychiatrist told me it's like I'm sprinkling magic dust on my head. So I don't know what I'm doing there, and what my problem is. Guys, we're going to head out in 10 minutes. So this will be a 10-minute warning, barring a solid donation. Final boss, just letting, oh, sorry, the CP Merrill. What do you think addiction treatments like NAA, rehab, etc., what I think of them? I've been in a tough spot with substances for a while and fear that it wouldn't help. Well, you know what? When it comes to trying anything new, when it comes to wondering about the efficacy of anything you might try, I don't think any of us have fair perspective to say something would or wouldn't work until we've tried it ourselves. It works. A lot of things just work if you work them, as cliche as that sounds. Bonans, I'm never gonna smoke weed. I don't like how it makes me feel. But I mean, I know it's good for someone. But anyway, like I was saying, it works if you work them. So if you're having an issue with substance, which is common, a lot of us do. I've obviously been in that boat. And you've never tried doing it their way, the AA way, the NA way, but you're suffering and you're wondering what to do, what do you have to lose by trying it? The answer is nothing. You have nothing to lose. So why wouldn't you go try? But you need to go in there with the attitude that you're going to do what has been suggested. You're going to follow the plan. You have to check your ego at the door. And you know what? It's not for everyone, obviously, but I know a lot of people who have tons of sobriety that swear by it. I've been in and out of those doors for years, so give it a shot. Elijah Cummings, are there so many trolls? I'm not really reading a ton of the comments. Watch you piss in your... Oh, Aiden. No, that's... No. Kevin actually says, hi Noah, I've got hypogonadism also. I've been on testosterone undecanoate for 10 months now. I may speak to my endocrinologist about starting HCG. Good for you, man. How's that been working out for you? Also, check in with me if you start HCG. Lola Hunter, what do you think about using medication without therapy? I know for a fact, proven that in conjunction with one another, you'll have the best results. So, Nando, ironically, smoking weed for the first was what triggered my first major panic attack anxiety ever since. Yeah, panic attack during weed. It's a common thing. Gotta be careful. Christos TV Able, what do you do for your shoulders? I pick up a damn barbell. King Stivan, what up, dude? That's my guy. Long time sub. How are you, dude? Apparently I'm saying dude a lot, dude. Saw, dude. No dollar sign on my video from Genoa Skeleton. It's all good. If you're not able to donate or you don't know how or it's not working, it's all good. I've gotten more super chats today than I ever thought I would, and it's the reason I've been able to hang out for the last 2 hours and not go driving is because I've been able to make a little money while I do this, which is fucking dope. Crystal's TV Able. Why does that screw me up so much? What do I do for my shoulders? I'm constantly picking up a barbell, doing push press, shoulder press. I'm just working out a lot of overhead stuff. Rick Kemp, your parents must be so proud of you. So I'm like, the cynical part of me thinks you're trolling. The other part of me is like, maybe he's being serious. And they are proud of me. You know, they're the kind of parents that if their kids are striving for something or their kids are safe or healthy, then, you know, they're proud. They're okay. Yeah. What else we got? 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm 30 years old, by the way. 5 more minutes. King Savan, did you read about the HMG plus HCG? What is HMG? Nah, dog. I definitely didn't read about that. School us. Let us know what that is. Elijah Cummings, well, his mother donated 50. Oh, well. Yeah, that's true. My mom did donate 50. I need to make sure she watches more of my live streams. And bought him a fidget spinner. No, I don't know Jake Paul. Oh, man. Luke Birch, are you on medication? Yeah, that's testosterone replacement therapy. Sorry, guys, I'm just scrolling through some of the older comments that I may have missed. Ben Ballard, what do you do for work before Uber full-time YouTube? Before I was doing YouTube and supplementing with Uber 3 weeks ago. This is when I finally made the leap. I was working for my dad. I was an intake coordinator for him at his detox facility. I was a translator, porque habla español. And there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in this area that we live in. And then I basically just did whatever he needed me to do. I've also always done freelance work and stuff like that too. Bye, MB Gray. Thank you. Hope to catch you again live. Take care. Thank you. Okay. You know what? I think we're at a good spot. I think we've been at this for 2 hours. I think we should wrap it up. Why kill a good thing? Or why prolong... What's the expression? Quit while I'm ahead. So I think I'm going to wrap up the live stream. Thank you to everyone who's here. Sincerely, I had a lot of fun. And I got to experience the super chat thing, which is cool. I know I brought it up a lot, and I don't mean to sound money hungry, but it's really cool that some of you were able to donate, and it's really cool that you guys are here at all. So thank you. I definitely want to do this again. I'll try to do it like weekly. I think that'd be cool. And I hope everyone has a fucking great rest of your Saturday. And one thing I will do, by the way, for anyone that happens to give a damn, I am going to come up with like a regular time, and I'll start giving heads up about when I'm going to post these so that it's not so random. So be good. Thank you. And we'll see you guys in the next video, the next live stream. And yeah, later, guys.